What you guys got another video. Geekom have sent me over the AX8 Pro. Now this is a Ryzen 9 8945HS and this is a pretty powerful 8-core 16 thread up to 5.2 gigahertz, and it also has the AMD Radeon 780M graphics. So this does also have dual channel DDR5 5600 MT. Up to 64 gigabytes you can put into this, but it does come with 32 gigabytes this version. And we do have a 2 terabyte M.2 2280 PCI Express. This is exactly what you can expect in the box. You're going to get your mini PC, your user manual, your power brick and power cable, your HDMI cable, some screws, and a backplate. The power brick is super small here, as you can see, and the mini PC is one of the smallest I've actually seen from Geekom. And this is their brand new release, so it's going to be the fastest mini PC out there on the market. And we'll take a real closer look at it after a quick word from today's video sponsor, CD Key Sales. If you're looking for a cheap Windows 11 Pro or a cheap Windows 10 Pro OEM key to activate your version of Windows, then check out the links in the video description and use my promo code R09 and apply this to your order and get a 30% discount on all of your purchases on CD Key Sales. Once you submit your order, you can use PayPal to pay for your product, and then they will send you a key and you can activate your version of Windows, just like you see on the screen. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the Geekom. You can see how small these mini PCs are getting. This one is made of aluminium, as you can see. On the front, we do have a power button, a 3.5mm headphone port, also two USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports on the front. Now, this also has Wi-Fi 6E, and it does come with Bluetooth 5.2, and we also have up to 8K support for 4K displays, which is very nice. On the side, we do have some ventilation with that Kensington lock here, and the same on the other side. Has that honeycomb type effect here. On the bottom we have the same thing again with some honeycomb ventilation, some anti-slip rubber feet, and 4 screws to gain access to the unit itself. On the back we do have a nice exhaust area for your graphics. You have your power input here. We have 2 HDMI 2.0 ports on here, a USB 2.0 port and a USB 3.2 Gen 2 port on here, and an Ethernet 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port on here as well. And we do have those 2 USB 4.0 ports on this device as well. So let's have a look inside the actual unit and see what sort of components we have in here. It's quite easy to gain access to. So once we're inside, you can see here we do have on the bottom plate here, we do have that copper plate here with 2 thermal pads on it. And what that thermal pads are going to do is cool down the actual NVMe drive here. So here is the actual copper plate with the 2 thermal pads. Now, I'm not sure why there's a second thermal pad there, because there is no second drive in here. So maybe they were thinking about adding another drive in, but they haven't done it on this particular model. So let's take a look inside the actual mini PC itself, and I'll give you a closer look so you can actually see. So we do have 32 gigabytes of RAM in here, which can be upgraded to 64 gigabytes, and it is DDR5, and it is crucial memory in this particular model. And this is DDR5 5600 MT/S RAM, which is pretty fast RAM for a mini PC. There's also a NVMe drive in here, which is an Acer model. We'll take a closer look at the specifications of that a little bit later on, once I do a test on it and we can see the speeds of it. Now, there is a blank space here, and it looks like there was room for mounting a SATA drive here, a little small SATA, but they haven't added this in this model. There's a little gap here, and that's probably where they were going to add it. And there is a little hole there for a standoff. So maybe that might be in a future model. I really don't know. But that's basically what you're going to get inside the actual mini PC. Now, you can have up to 8K resolution, and it supports up to 4 displays on this particular mini PC. 2 HDMI ports on here will support 4K at 60 Hz, and we have USB 4.0 which will support 8K at 30 Hz, and then we have USB 3.2 at 4K at 60 Hz. Now I'm going to run a full scan with Windows Defender, and the reason why is because of AceMagic had malware on their mini PCs, and I just want to show you there is nothing on this system. I'm pretty sure because Geekom are a pretty top-notch company and they don't make mistakes like AceMagic. These are a clean system, as you can see here If you want to reinstall Windows, you can do, but personally, there's no point because there is nothing on the system whatsoever. It comes up nice and clean, as you can see here. Let's move on with all of the testing of this unit. So I did a crystal disk mark on here, and I'm going to run a quick scan on all of this, and this will give me some results that we want to share with you to show you the performance of this little system. So first off, let me just run this test quickly and we can get some results back. So you can pause the screen with these results and go through them and read them at your own leisure, but pretty impressive results for a mini PC. So let's try an extreme video playback here. This is Jellyfish 400 Mbps 4K Ultra HD HEVC 10-bit file. I can skip this and you can see it will start straight away. It's silky smooth, no problems whatsoever playing this video file, which is very impressive because this is quite a difficult file to play on mini PCs. So let's take a look here. I'm going to run Cinebench here, and you can see already the CPU is starting to climb up a little bit here, up into 91 Celsius, 92 Celsius now, and that is for Cinebench. Now, Cinebench is quite an aggressive benchmark, but I wanted to show you this just so you can understand the sort of temperatures you can get to when you're doing taxing stuff like this. So if you're rendering a video, you can expect to get sort of temperatures just like you can see right here, 92 Celsius. But that is under extreme load, and it's unlikely that you're going to be doing or pushing the mini PC at these levels. But let's go ahead and take a look at the score here for the CPU multi-core. That was 16,544 points on the Cinebench R23. The single core score was 1,773, and not bad scores for a processor that is in a mini PC. The TimeSpy score was 3,315, and we also have a graphics score of 2,954 with a CPU score of 10,850 on 3D Mark's TimeSpy. Now we're going to do 3D Mark's Night Raid score for onboard graphics, and the score was 28,504, which is pretty good. And you can see the graphics score was 33,081, and the CPU score was 15,979. So the drive in here was an Asus SSD N7000 2TB drive, which is a pretty decent drive for a mini PC. Let's have a quick look at the specs here. I'm going to reset the clock here, and we can have a look at the CPU. You can see it draws a max TDP of 45 watts, which is very low indeed. Let's take a quick look at SPD here. This is your DDR5 5600, and it is a Crucial Technology memory inside here, and you can see the specifications on here. The graphics is the AMD Radeon 780M graphics, and we'll do a quick benchmark stress test on the CPU to see what sort of temps we get with this particular test, to see whether we get straight up to 92 Celsius again. And it's straight back up into 92 Celsius, as you can see right here. So maybe this is the sort of level you can expect when you push it to 100%. So if you're a content creator, or you do education, or you want something for Plex media server, or a bit of gaming or video editing, then this little mini PC has you covered, because it's a very powerful mini PC. So could this mini PC replace your super large desktop computer? Yes, it could. If you wanted to downsize, you could do. This little mini PC can handle all your office needs, whether it be video editing as well. It can do that, and it can even play AAA listed games at reasonable frame rates. You might need to turn some graphics settings down. I will do a follow-up video if you want to see some testing of 1080p gaming or some 720p gaming, because it's not going to replace a dedicated GPU if you're a hardcore gamer, but it can play those games at reasonable frame rates. If you're looking to downsize a little bit, you could do with something like this because it's pretty powerful. What has impressed me is how far these mini PCs have come over the years. They've just become more and more powerful, and Geekom keep pushing the envelope with these mini PCs to get even better every time they release one. So I'm pretty impressed with this. So how much would this particular one cost you? Well, in the UK, it's not cheap because you are getting bleeding edge technology. And that does come at a pretty big premium, as you can see here, £949. So it's quite a costly mini PC. So it's a big investment. And I know what a lot of people are thinking. You can buy yourself a decent laptop for that, or you can buy yourself a decent desktop computer. But these are mini PCs and they're meant for people that are wanting something a little bit smaller. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. I'll be happy to read your comments. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Just want to say a quick shout out to all my YouTube members. I really do appreciate the support, and I shall catch you in the very next video, or I'll see you on the Discord server for a chat. Bye for now.